Yeah, we are okay now. Do you hear me? Yeah. So the cloud was down for a while, about 15 minutes. Now it came back. So it is recording and everything is going okay. So we will begin shortly.
તમે કયો તમારું કયો તમારું કયો તમે કયો
કહેવાનું
ક્યાં તમારા કાન
મારે કાનની તકલીફ થોડા દિવસથી વધારે છે.
Right.
તમે બોલો છો એ કદાચ બધું હું સાંભળી નહીં શકું, પણ that's okay.
Yeah, okay. All right, then we are going to begin with our prayer. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Akhandamandalakaram vyaptam yena characharam tatpadam darshitam yena tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Ajnanatimirandhasya gnananjanashalakaya chakshuranmilitam yena tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Deva Maheshwara, Gurureva Param Brahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sthavaram Jangamam Vyaptam Yatkinchit Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Chinmayam Vyapityata Sarvam Trilokyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Tvameva Mata cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamrutavarshiniam Bhagavatim Ashtadashadyayiniam Amba Tvam Anusandadami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshinim Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Maruta Stuvanti Devaihi Stavaihi Vedaihi Sangapadakramopanisadaihi Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavasthita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yoginaha Yasyantam Navidu Surasura Ganaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Braja Aham Tva Sarvapapebhya Mokshayishyami Ma Sucha. So with this we are going into our dhyan, so we could have one pointed concentrated mind to go over the last chapter of the Gita. So let's begin dhyan. Om. 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 So we are going to begin from sloka number 53 of the 18th chapter. Very important chapter. We have seen in the last couple of lectures that there are some notions which we have to completely establish in our head when we go through this chapter. The question was asked in the beginning, in the first stanza, about sannyas, about tyag. And then we added from the previous chapters yoga and non-dual, Advaita. These are the four core concepts of the entire Gita, which is again coming here, but he is moving in such a polished fashion that it will be totally, completely grounded in our head. Sannyas, renouncing the activities propelled by desire. Anything, any activity which has the propelling force of desire, when you renounce those activities, that is sannyas. My recommendation to all of us, whenever desire occurs in the mind, અને પગ દોડવા માંડે, એને ઊભા રાખો. પગને ઊભા રાખો. જંગલમાં જવાની જરૂર નથી. કોઈ જગ્યાએ ગીતામાં અત્યાર સુધી આવ્યું નથી કે જંગલમાં જજો, માઉન્ટેનમાં જજો, નદી કિનારે બેસજો. There are concepts coming. Only one thing he suggested in the house or wherever we are living is kush અને લેધરની બેઠક ઉપર યોગની સાધના કરજો. That's about all. કે નદી કિનારે હોવી જોઈએ, જંગલમાં હોવી જોઈએ એવું જરૂરી નથી. So please, let's clear about this thing. Sannyas, renounce the activities propelled by desire. Tyag, renounce the fruits of actions. It is extremely important that first in the practice of the yoga, we have to monitor these activities and implement very thoroughly in our life. Try that and see how your mind is tranquilized. Try that and see how infinite peace, infinite tranquility descends in your head. This is not a joke. This is a very practical science. It is a science. It has excellent result. Science. The third terminology is yoga. And then હું વારે ઘડી કહું કે પાછળ તકિયો મૂકીને આંખ મીચી નથી જવાની. The meaning of yoga. The meaning of yoga. The one who is standing even closer than your shoulder all the time. The non-dual. He is not far away. In our constituent, there is the gross body, mind, which has some subtle form, but not as gross as body. Your Chetana. And then the Advaita. You see sun, and then you see nighttime moon. When sun is there, moon is not there. And when moon is there, sun is not there. And again, the moon has not its own light. It is shining during nighttime by the light of the sun. Let's see this non-dual who is standing closer than our shoulder. He is the sun. His sun shining all the time. Mind is the moon. Mind has no independent existence. You see in this hierarchy, the mind, Chetana, and then the non-dual. That non-dual is shining. So when the non-dual comes into existence in Jnana, there is no mind, there is no moon. But when the mind is in commotion, we don't see the non-dual. It is one or the other. તો ઘણા બધા માણસો કહે કે અરે ભાઈ ઈશ્વર હોય તો મને દેખાવો જોઈએ ને. ઓફકોર્સ દેખાવો જોઈએ, પણ તારું મગજ પહેલું તો બંધ થવું પડશે. Really, મગજ બંધ થશે તો પછી તો બધું દેખાતું બંધ થઈ જવાનું. And when that non-dual will pop out, in the total absence of the mind, that is where he is, and that is what the yoga is. It comes after, I would not use the phrase hard. It comes after honest. I would use the phrase honest. Totally honest efforts. If the efforts are honest, he will exhibit his presence. So one has to work with the mind and the Supreme. It is absolutely doable. We don't want to make an excuse that, oh, only some yogis in the jungle can do. Not really. Anyone can do. Why anyone can do? Because everybody has the same structure. Body, mind, intellect, and the Supreme. Everybody have this constituent. So these are the four elements going on in chapter 11. Chapter 18. Another thing going on after particularly that Vibhuti Yoga and Vishwaswarup Darshan, another concept going on When Sri Krishna is speaking in the Gita after that, it doesn't appear that he is the charioteer, human being. I think by now we have realized that he is the infinite, non-dual Brahman speaking. That is why in this chapter there is a lot of phrase like, oh, mane namaskar karo, mane bhajo, maru dhyan dharo. And a lot of people complain to me, oh, he is too much bragging to increase his importance. No, 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 my friend. He is not bragging. He is એને અકળામણ એટલી બધી થાય છે કે હું એના ખભાથી નજીક છું અને મને તો યાદ કરતો જ નથી. That is the point he is bringing. Hey, 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 મને બજો, અરે હું અહીંયા જ છું. See the point he is making? He is not charioteer human being anymore. He is the infinite non-dual speaking this thing, and that should be totally, totally kept in the mind. Then some people may say, well, હું ફોટામાં જાઉં તેનું શું? Right. આ જાણ્યા પહેલા ફોટામાં જોતા હતા ત્યારે ઓ રૂપાળો કૃષ્ણ દેખાતો ફોટામાં. હવે રૂપાળો કૃષ્ણ જ એકલો નહીં. There should be an infinite span appear in that picture. There is a difference in the vision. Before Gita and after Gita, there is a difference in the vision. Vision has to be brought there. We are now sitting with the infinite, eternal ocean. It is not an imaginary concept. How is this? All this Brahmand is totally in control, meticulously moving. He is everywhere. He was there before anything else. That is why he claimed, oh, that is why my name is Purushottam. એ બધા બણગા નથી ફૂંકેલા એને. He is saying the right thing. He has blown enough bugle to tell the human being who he is. And કોની મજાલ છે હવે કે એ જાણ્યા પછી એ મગજ ભમવા માંડે. નો 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 નો, જ્ઞાન થવા માંડે એટલે મગજ ધીમું 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 ઓગળી જાય. એ દેખાતો થાય. Infinite, infinite, infinite energy, infinite everything. That is the concept we have arrived with lots of scientific arguments all throughout these 18 chapters. And I think before I move on, we want to completely establish those 4 concepts of sannyas, tyaga, yoga, and non-dual. And then the last, fallen on by the non-dual. So with these concepts, let's move on further and try to finish with a total settlement in the head before we finish the 18th chapter. Ahankar balam darpam kamam krodam parigraham. Slok number 53. Vimuchya nirmamah shantah brahma bhutaya kalpate. Now he is introducing the concepts here that when a person is called a Brahmic person, when one abandons the ego, balam means violence kind of thing. Darpam means arrogance. Darpam kamam krodham, kam, desire, krodh, anger. And parigraham. Parigraham is a marvelous word. What it means is if whenever we see somebody else's luxury, and manma adekhai thai, oh, maru e avu hovu જોઈએ. That is called parigraham. So it's a nice word here, parigraham. બીજાનું જોઈને મન થઈ જાય કે મારું એવું જ હોવું જોઈએ. વિમુચ્ય નિર્મમઃ શાંતઃ. એ બધું ત્યાગીને નિર્મમઃ, મમતા વગરનું, શાંત, એ બધું જ્યારે થઈ જાય ત્યારે એ માણસ બ્રહ્મનની નજીક છે એમ કહેવાય. એટલે જુઓ એની વ્યાખ્યા કેવી છે, શું શું ત્યાગવાનું છે. એકચ્યુઅલી ત્યાગવાનું કશું જ નથી, કારણ કે એવું જ હોવું જોઈતું હતું પહેલેથી. પણ તેની જગ્યાએ આ બધા કન્ટામિનેશન ક્યાંથી ચોંટી પડેલા છે એ ખબર નથી. એને ધીરે 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 કાઢવાનો પ્રયત્ન છે. Then, what happens when the person becomes Brahma Bhuta? Brahma Bhutah prasannatma na sochati na kankshati. એ બ્રહ્મભૂત અને પ્રસન્ન ચિત્તવાળા માણસને તો કોઈ ચિંતા થતી નથી, ન સોચતી ન કાંક્ષતી, ઈચ્છા એ થતી નથી. સમઃ સર્વેષુ ભૂતેષુ મદ ભક્તિમ લભતે પરામ. અને બધાની અંદર he has a lot of equanimity. કોઈ ગમતો નથી, કોઈ અણગમો નથી. તે મારી ભક્તિને પામે છે. જોયું, આ શરૂ થયું, મારું મારું આવશે થોડી વાર, પણ તે વખતે એટલું યાદ રાખવાનું છે કે તમારા ખભાની બાજુમાં છું, બહુ દૂર નથી. એટલે એવી ભાષા વાપરે છે. એ અહીંયા બળગા નથી ચાલતું. ભક્ત્યા મામ અભિજાનાતિ યાવાન્યઃ અસ્મિ તત્વતઃ. By devotion he knows me to truth, who I am, what I am. Yavanyah asmi. What and who. That is the phrase in the Sanskrit. Yavanyah asmi tatvatah. Tatvatah means in the real sense. Tatah mam tatvatah gnatva vishate tad anantaram. તદ, આ વારે ઘડી શબ્દ આવી ગયેલો આગળ, પણ તદ મીન્સ કે તે એટલે એ પોતાને માટે વાપરે છે. ધેટ ઇઝ નોન ડ્યુઅલ બ્રહ્મન. આ બધું થશે ત્યારે એ મારી અંદર પ્રવેશ છે, વિશતે પ્રવેશ. સો he is kind of saying, so whenever we have difficulty of dhyan, these are the elements he is describing what you should have, so you will enter me. Sarva karmani api. Also all actions. Api means also. Sarva karmani api sada kurvanah. Mad upasrayah. Mad prasadad. Mat prasadad apnoti shashvatam padam avyayam. So doing continually all these actions, taking refuge in me, by my grace he reaches the eternal undecaying abode. So slowly he is saying how you can come to me. He is giving the method to approach him. Chetasa sarva karmani mayi sanyasya matparah. Chetasa, mentally sarva karmani mayi sanyas. Sarva karmani bahuvachan. મનથી બધા કામો ત્યાગીને મને મત પર મારામાં જે સમાઈ જાય. બુદ્ધિ યોગમ ઉપાશ્રિત્ય મચ્ચિત્ત સતતમ ભવ. So what does he say? Mentally resigning all deeds to me, having me as the highest goal, resorting to buddhi yoga. Do you ever fix your mind on me? So he's again, why he's saying again, oh, marama am karo, marama tem karo. The reason is he's the ultimate entity. He's ultimate, there is nobody else there. So it has to be clearly understood. Machittah sarva durgani. Sarva durgani means difficulties, but the difficulties. Machittah sarva durgani mat prasadat karishyati tarisyashi athached aham karan srosyasi vinakshasi. So here he says, fixing your mind on me. Machittah means fixing your mind on me. You will by my grace, mat prasadat, panchmi vibhakti, by my grace, overcome all the obstacles. But if from ego, if you will not hear me, you will perish. So that also he is saying that if you will not hear me means you will go away from me. Now, when you go away from him, who is going to protect you? It is like a child running away from parents, you know, in like a shopping center or wherever, where the parents don't know where the child is and then somebody else will abduct the child. So he is not again here bragging or anything, but he is saying that, hey, I'm the only source here to do every good things for you. But if you don't listen, if you don't follow that, by whatever error, you will be destroyed. This is also very naturally, very scientific statement. Yad ahankaram asritya na yotse iti manyase. અને વળી અહંકારથી એટલે ઈગોને લીધે હવે હું લડવાનો નથી એવું જે કહેશે તો તેનું શું થાય તે કહે છે બીજી લાઈનની અંદર મિથ્યા એષઃ વ્યવસાયઃ તે. અરે ભાઈ આ તો તે એવું કહેશે તો એ મિથ્યા છે. પ્રકૃતિ ત્વામ નિયોક્ષ્યતિ. તારો સ્વભાવ તારી પ્રકૃતિ, that itself will lead you in the right direction. So you don't have to, even though you will by ego or by ignorance or by tamas, you say, oh, okay, I'm not going to fight. He is now again referring back to that chapter 2, that is also not going to happen because of your prakruti. So he is bringing other difficulties that by going in the wrong direction, that is also not going to work. स्वभावजेन कौन्तेय निबद्धः स्वेन कर्मणा कर्तुम न इच्छसि. Kartum na ichchasi means not doing, thinking about not doing. Yad mohat karishyasya avasho api tat. Bound by your own karma, born of your nature. Swabhavajena means born of your own nature. That which from delusion you wish not to do, even that you shall not helplessly against your will. So he is again bringing the prakruti and the gun and those kind of things will come and control you. Ishwarah sarvabhutanam hrideshe arjuna tisthati brahmayan sarvabhutani yatra rudani mayaya. The Lord is dwelling in the hearts of all beings, and by my maya they revolve as though mounted on a machine. So many things are going mechanical kind of thing, even though whatever we may think. Tameva sharanam gaccha sarvabhavena bharata tat prasadat matparam shantim sthanam prapyasi shashwatam. Now ultimately he says, therefore seek refuge in him. Him means he himself. Alone with all your heart. By his grace you will gain supreme peace and the eternal abode. So he is again recommending to be closer to the Supreme instead of away from the Supreme. So that is the scientifically also justifiable, because he is the main entity in the constituent of the human being. Iti te gnanam akyatam guhyad guhyataram. Subtler than subtle, guhyad guhyataram maya. Vimrushyat asheshena. Vimrushya means manamanthan kar, enu chintan kar. Asheshena, without any remainder. Yatha ichchasi tatha kuru. અને ત્યાર પછી એવું ચિંતન કર્યા પછી whatever you feel like, do that. So he's giving a total liberty also what to do. He said that he has given the very secret science. એનું ચિંતન કર અને તેમ કરતા પણ તને જે કરવું હોય તે કર. सर्वगुह्यतमं भूयः शृणु मे परम वचः. And again, listen my supreme word. Paramam vachah, supreme word. Ishta asi me dradam iti tatah vakshyami te hitam. અને પાછું અર્જુનના વખાણ કરે છે. You are beloved to me. Ishtah asi. You are beloved to me. And dradam iti, and you are very stable also. Drad. Tatah vakshyami te hitam. માટે કરીને હું તારા હિતમાં જે છે તે કહું છું. So look at that. So he is not only saying to Arjun, but through Arjun he is telling to every human being, you are beloved, and that is why I am telling. So whenever we hear the Gita, please feel that because we are beloved to him, we have this occasion. Manmana bhava mad bhaktah madhyaji mam namaskuru. હવે અહીંયા આવ્યું મને મને મને. Manmana, fix your mind on me. Mad bhaktah madhyaji. મારો ભક્ત થાય, મારો devoted to me. Madhyaji, sacrifice to me, prostrate before me. All these things, namaskuru means prostrate before me. Mameva ishyasi satyam te pratijane priyah asi me. So you shall come to me. This is my pledge to you. Pratijane means this is my promise to you. This is my pledge, promise to you, for you are dear to me. And he also saying, encouraging, you are dear to me. When you encourage your friend, you are dear to me. Your friend will feel much, much better. And now is the stanza coming. Unbelievable potency, unbelievable content that anyone who has the perplexion that, oh, Gita is very hard, oh, Gita is very long, how to remember, how to understand. He has provision for those people also. Sarva dharman parityajya. Oh man, oh man, oh man. What a potency in this phrase. Sarva dharman parityajya. Parityajya. Totally tyagine. So totally tyagine. Sarva dharman. And there is a lot of misunderstanding occur here among many people. He says sarva dharman parityajya. બધા ધર્મોને ત્યાગીને એવો એનો literal meaning થાય છે. That is not the meaning he is saying. Dharma has a very, very, very subtle meaning. Dharma does not mean what is in the scripture alone. Yeah, there is dharma, but there is not the total dharma. Any conflict in the mind that occur, something like this, I will vaguely try to bring the meaning of this Sarva Dharman, because this is my favorite phrase, Sarva Dharman. બધા ધર્મોને એવો literal meaning છે એનો. But the dharma occurs in the head in very, very, very subtle form also. આ કરું તો સારું છે? No, પેલું વધારે સારું છે. ઓ, આમ કરેલું હોત તો સારું થત. This type of merry-go-round that occurs in the mind, that is called Sarva Dharman. Not only in the scriptural things. હવે એનું બરાબર હું ગુજરાતીમાં બોલવાનો છું. કારણ કે મને ઇંગ્લિશ શબ્દ મળ્યો નથી હજુ સુધી. બધી પંચાતી મૂકીને what is the meaning of panchati? Panchati means academic discussion. And I didn't use the phrase spiritual discussion. Academic has a lot of logic, but doesn't necessarily lead you to the truth. ये बद्दी पंचाती मूकीने माम एकम शरणम व्रज. मारे एकने शरणे आवी जा. कोने शरणे? पेला शेरियटरने शरणे नहीं. જે ખભાથી પણ નજીક નોન ડ્યુઅલ છે તેને શરણે. બધી પંચાતી મૂકીને જે સુપ્રીમ છે અહીંયા તારી બાજુમાં ઉભો રહેલો છે. બંધ કરે મગજને. અહીંયા ઉભો રહે મારી સાથે. સર્વધર્માન પરિત્યજ્ય. બધી પંચાતી. Try to make a list of panchati that happens from morning to night. Lot of panchati. ચાલ્યા જ કરે એનો અંત જ નહીં. It is like a machine. This is an extremely divine stanza. એ કહે છે કે તારું મગજ બોડી બધું મૂકીને જે એકલું તત્વ છે ત્યાં ઉભો રહે. તો શું થવાનું છે? અહમ ત્વા સર્વ પાપેભ્ય મોક્ષયિષ્યામિ મા શુચઃ. ઓમ મેન ઓમ મેન ઓમ. The meaning of the stanza I would recommend would not be only realized in your life, but જરા કે ખભાની બાજુમાં ઉભા રહો તમે અને પછી જે બોલે છે હમ ત્વા સર્વ પાપેભ્ય, અત્યાર સુધી જે પાપનું જંગલ ઊભું થયેલું છે એ એની જાતે ખરી પડશે. અરે વળી એની નજીક ઊભું રહેલું હોય ત્યાં પાપનું પોટલું ટકવાનું હતું? નો way. Absolutely not. એના કર્યા વગર જ એ ખરી પડશે. My formula: if you can stand with that Supreme near your shoulder for 10 seconds, try this. It will give you peace of mind of 2 weeks lying on the beach. So you have to decide, you want to go 2 weeks on the beach sand, or you want to go just 10 seconds to your friend closer to you. I'm not reading anything from any book. You have to try yourself. See that. Aham tva sarva papebhyah mokshayishyami ma shuchah. અરે બધા તારા પાપમાંથી હું મુક્ત કરું અને પછી તું માં સૂચ અને પછી શું તારે ચિંતા? And after that, what to think about? This is the bottom line he is saying in chapter 18, which is the core of the Gita also. So look at what he is doing. He is relieving it of all the other nitty-gritty ways that he has described how to go. He just says, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam raja aham tva sarva papebhya mokshayishyami ma shucha. Try to experience, please, some of these stanzas. It will totally and drastically transform your personality. Idam te na atapaskaya na abhaktaya kadachan na cha ashusrashave vakyam na cha mam yaha abhisuyati. This is a marvelous stanza also. This is never to be spoken by you. Now he is giving the warning. Idam te na atapaskaya na abhaktaya kadachan na cha ashusrave vakyam. The beauty of this thing is idam te na vakyam. That is the sentence. આ તારે કોઈને કહેવાનું નહીં. શું નહીં કહેવાનું હવે? ન અતપસ્કાય ન અભક્તાય ન અશુશ્રવે. This should never be spoken by you to one who is devoid of austerity. न अतपस्काय, devoid of austerity, nor to one who is not devoted. Na abhaktaya, nor to one who is not devoted. Na cha ashrusave, devoted, nor to one who does not do service, nor to one who speaks ill of me. Yaha abhisuyati. આ એક નવાઈની વાત છે. જો કે ઈશ્વરની વિરુદ્ધ તો કોણ બોલતું હશે એ ખબર મને ઘણી વખતે વિચાર આવી જાય છે કે એવું તે એને કોનું બગાડ્યું હશે કે કઈ કદાચ મોટે ભાગે એવું બનતું હોય. That is my assumption. It may be, I may be wrong. કે જીવનમાં બહુ દુઃખ આવે તો જાણે ઈશ્વરે જ બધું કરતો હોય, પોતે એમાં કોઈ જવાબદાર નથી એમ માનીને જે ઈશ્વરને જરા નહીં કહેવાનું હોય એવું એ મનમાં બબડી મૂકે. That is what he is talking about. નૈદમ પરમમ ગુહ્યમ મદ ભક્તેશ્વ દાસ્યતિ. Abhidasyati means will declare. Bhaktin mai param krutva mam eva eshyati asansaya. Who with supreme devotion, Madbhakteshva abhidasyati. He who with supreme devotion to me will teach this immensely profound philosophy to my devotees will doubtless come to me alone. And this is another beauty. Whoever will facilitate this teaching of the Gita to his devotees, then there is a promise for him too. Will come to me alone. મારા સિવાય કોઈ જગ્યાએ જાય નહીં એવું એણે કહ્યું. That is another thing. Why so? The reason is of the constituent, when there is the supreme and when there is the eternal part and when there is the temporary part, when not giving the importance to the temporary part, the person has given importance to the supreme throughout the life, that person is claiming that definitely will come to me. न च तस्मान् मनुष्येषु कश्चित् मे प्रियकृतमः भविता न च मे तस्मात् अन्यः प्रियतरः भुवि. Nor there is any among men. Tasman manusheshu means among those men who renders dearer service to me than he, nor shall there be another on earth dearer to me than he. So he is speaking about who will be dear to me. And why he is saying that all these efforts never go wasted. Adhyeshyate. There are a lot of good sandhis also here. Adhyeshyate cha yah imam dharmyam samvad bhavayoho Nana yagnena ten hrushtahu ten aham ishtaha syam iti me matihi. And who will study this secret dialogue of ours, that means Arjuna and Krishna, by him I shall have been worshipped by Gnana Yagna. That means that is equivalent to worshipping me through Gnana Yagna. Such is my conviction. That is what I believe. So he is saying something good. Shraddhaman anasuyaha cha shrunuyadapi yah naraha saha api muktaha subhan lokan prapnuyat punya karmana. It's a good sandhi here. And the man who hears this, Shraddhavan, Asruyacha, Shrunuyad, Api, all these things are translated into. And the man who hears this, full of faith and free from scoff. So without any problem, if somebody listened to me, even he liberated from evil shall attain the auspicious region of the righteousness. So all this beauty of how, where, what will happen to that soul. Kaschid etat shrutam partha tvaya ekagrena chitasa kaschid agnana sammoha pranashtahate dhananjaya. હવે એને સવાલ પૂછે કે ભાઈ, has this been heard by you, O Parth, with an attentive mind? તે બરાબર ધ્યાનથી સાંભળ્યું? Has the delusion of your ignorance been destroyed? તારું delusion જતું રહ્યું હવે? એ ધીરે રહીને પૂછે છે. હજુ તો એને આટલું બધું એક્સપ્લેન કર્યા પછી પણ એવો ભાવ ઉત્પન્ન થાય છે કે અરે ભલા અર્જુન, તારું બધું delusion જતું રહ્યું? તારો મોહ જતો રહ્યો? રથની પાછળ બેઠો હતો તે શું થયું હવે? એ જરાક મને કહે. So Arjun has the reply, Nashtaha moha. અરે ભાઈ, મારો મોહ તો નાશ પામી ગયો. Nashtaha moha. સ્મૃતિ લબ્ધ્વા. અને મને તો હવે સ્મૃતિ મળી. I obtained, I got સ્મૃતિ. તત પ્રસાદાદ મયા અચ્યુત. તમારી કૃપાથી, by the grace of you, I have not the moh anymore, and I got smruti. Sthita asmi gata sande karishye vachanam tova. Wow. હવે એ કહે છે કે I am firm, I am free from doubt, and I will act according to your word. What a promise he is, and what a jubilant sentence he has spoken. And that is going to make Sri Krishna very, very happy. Now, you have to hear that actually Dhritarashtra should have come out and said something. He didn't come out. He, after this long, long narrative, he's still in his own zone. But let's see what Sanjay has to say. Iti aham vasudevasya parthasya cha mahatmanah samvadam imam ashrosham adbhutam rama harshanam. Oh, Sanjay is speaking now. Sanjay said, I have heard this wonderful dialogue between Vasudeva and the high-souled Parth, causing my hair to stand at the end. મારા રૂવાડા ઊભા થઈ ગયા, એવું મેં સાંભળ્યું. So look at how grateful he feels. Vyasa prasadat shrutvan etat guhyam aham param yogam yogeshwarat krishnat saksat kathayatah swayam. So he adds some more. Through the grace of Vyas, I have heard the supreme and the most profound yoga, direct from Sri Krishna, the Lord of Yoga, himself declaring it. And further, Rajan Sansprutya. Oh, ये બે વાર કહે છે, સંસ્મૃત્ય. એને સ્મરીને એમ એટલો આનંદમાં આવી ગયેલો છે કે બે વાર કહે છે. સંવાદમ ઇમમ અદ્ભુતમ. આ અદ્ભુત સંવાદ. કેશવ અર્જુનયોહો. This is દ્વિવચન. કેશવને અર્જુનની વચ્ચે. યોહો પુણ્યમ હૃષ્યામી ચ. Muhur muhu. That is again and again. So he said, he's telling now the Dhritarashtra, hey king, as I recall again and again this wonderful and holy dialogue between Keshav and Arjun, I rejoice again and again. What a guy. Taccha sanspritya sanspritya. અહીંયા પાછું બીજી વખત આવ્યું. તદચ સંસ્મૃત્ય સંસ્મૃત્ય. એને યાદ કરીને રૂપમ અતિ અદ્ભુતમ હરે. ઈશ્વરનું અત્યંત અદ્ભુત રૂપ, જે વિશ્વ સ્વરૂપ જો દર્શન કરેલા તેનું એ વાત કરે છે. વિસ્મય મે મહાન રાજન ઋષ્યામી ચ પુનઃ પુનઃ. એને જે વિશ્વ સ્વરૂપ દર્શન કરેલું તેના રેફરન્સમાં આ સેન્ટન્સ છે. As often as I recall that most wondrous form of Hari, great is my astonishment, O king, and I rejoice again and again. Oh, what a guy. And now, the last stanza, which has a tons and tons and tons of potency. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna Yatra Partha Dhanurdhara. જ્યાં જ્યાં યોગેશ્વર કૃષ્ણ હશે, જ્યાં જ્યાં ધનુર્ધર અર્જુન હશે, તત્ર શ્રી વિજય ભૂતિ ધ્રુવા નીતિમ મતિમ મમ. ત્યાં સફળતા વિજય છે જ, એવું મારું સ્પષ્ટ માનવું છે. So look at the thing, what he's saying, and that completes the 78th stanza. Iti Sri Mahabharate Satasahasyaam Sat Sahitayam Vaiyasikyam Bhishma Parvani Srimad Bhagvad Gita Upnishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastra Sri Krishna Arjun Samvade Moksha Sannyasa Yoga Nama Ashtadashodhyaya. In Sri Mahabharata, consisting of a lakh of stanzas composed by Vyasa, in the section called Bhishma Parva, in the Upanishad of the Bhagavad Gita, the knowledge of Brahman, the Supreme, the science of Yoga, and the dialogue between Sri Krishna and Arjuna, this is the 18th discourse designated the Yoga of Liberation by Renunciation. Sri Krishna Arpanam. So, these marvelous things and unbelievable, which began on September 12, we have, with the help of all of you, we have been most wonderfully able to go through the entire Gita, and we all enjoyed together. I'm very lucky to be in your presence, and I did my best. However, if there is anything that is not clearly explained by me, my apology for my limitations. But one thing I would like to tell you, I have enjoyed tremendously. It was a tremendous amrut we all drank together, 1 hour every Saturday. And I'm so much overwhelmed by your devotion that every Saturday you come here without fail, sit down, and eagerly attend to the session. Marvelous, marvelous, marvelous. What we're going to do is 1 minute to thank Sri Krishna that we have no words, but we will do 1 minute of his dhyan. And after that, we will do our regular prarthana. And we will, after this dhyan, we will have the question and answers, then prarthana, and then we will close the sessions. So I would just recommend everybody, this is to really, how can we thank the Supreme? Impossible. But પેલો કાલિદાસ રઘુવંશ લખવા બેઠો ત્યારે એને બીજો શ્લોક લખેલો એની અંદર. પહેલો શ્લોક એ શંકર અને પાર્વતીની પ્રાર્થના માટે લખેલો. બીજો શ્લોક એને પોતાની મર્યાદા જણાવવા માટે લખેલો કે ક્યાં રઘુવંશ અને ક્યાં હું અલ્પ બુદ્ધિનો મનુષ્ય. I have the same feeling. આ પાવડું લઈને દરિયામાં હું કૂદી પડું છું હવે, એમ કરીને એને રઘુવંશ લખવાની શરૂઆત કરેલી. કેટલી નમ્રતા જાહેર કરે. પણ મારે તો એ એડ કરવું છે કે મારી પાસે તો પાવડું એ નથી. અને આ જ્યારે સુનિલભાઈ કહ્યું કે અમૃતભાઈ આ ગીતાનું કાર્ય તમે લો, ત્યારે મને એ જ ફિલિંગ થઈ કે આ મારા ફ્રેન્ડ સુનિલભાઈ વધારે પડતી આશા મારામાં મૂકી દીધેલી છે. એમને ધન્યવાદ. પણ એટલે હું આ એક બહુ નમ્ર 1 મિનિટનું જ ધ્યાન ધરવાની ઈચ્છા વ્યક્ત કરું છું. આપણે બધા એકી સાથે 1 મિનિટ શ્રી કૃષ્ણનું પોતાની જે રીતે ઈચ્છા હોય એ રીતે ધ્યાન ધરીને માત્ર એમને નમન કરવા કે જેવી રીતે સંજય જે રીતે એ પુલકિત થઈ ગયો તેવા ભાવથી આપણે પણ એને વંદન કરી લઈએ. સો વી વિલ ગો ઇન ધ્યાન. ઓમ શ્રી કૃષ્ણાય નમઃ. ઓમ પરમાનંદાય નમઃ. ઓમ પરમેશ્વરાય નમઃ. Om Purushottamaya Namaha. Now, any question, confusion, we may clarify.
Amritji, you mentioned Panchati. Once, what is that?
There is an echo in the sound. What is the question you have? I didn't clearly make it out.
Oh, sorry.
Good.
If you just slow down the volume a little bit, the sound will be clearer.
You mentioned Panchati.
She's talking about Panchat.
Oh, Panchati Shabda. I use Panchati.
Okay.
It is it is not a sandhi here, or there is no panch here. It is just one word, Panchati. Panchati means go in the merry-go-round thinking without ending at a clear notion. It goes on and on, on and on. And there is no end. Like there are two kinds of thinking. One is a straightforward, result-oriented thinking. Another goes merry-go-round. And merry-go-round, you will feel like you are thinking too much. There is no end to it. There is no solid position you reached that you can move with that, you know. That is what in Gujarati colloquium, it is a colloquial word, but it brings the meaning of what I wanted to say with a little bit more clarity. And that's why I took the liberty to use that colloquial word. And I remember there was Shuddha Prakrut and there was Shuddha Pali, but Buddha and Mahavir, they always use the colloquial Pali and colloquial Prakrut, you know. So sometime I indulge in that, you know. And my point is to bring the meaning rather than sticking to the
Text.
the formal language, you know. And that is also the reason why I deviate from English. Not that I want to, you know, avoid it. Not that I don't have the word in English, but the word in the language which we speak, Gujarati, it brings sometimes more clarity, you know. So my apology that
No,
you
please.
being non-Gujarati, it is an injustice to you, you know.
No.
So I hope I brought the meaning.
Absolutely.
And now you will remember Panchati na karish hoye. So that is the meaning of that.
Thank you. Thank you. No, your your passion was coming out when you're explaining in Gujarati. So I didn't want to deviate you from that, but I could figure out most of it, except when you were going into real colloquial words or something like that.
Sure.
It was wonderful, and I'll be missing these classes.
Thank you very much. You are a very conscientious listener, and I so much thank you. At least coming in front and asking some good questions, you know. Thank you. Okay, so let's see if any more there. After this also, if you have any future discussion or any clarification, you can always send me email or text or whichever form you prefer. My email is same as my first and the last name, which is Amrut Champaneri put together, one word, gmail.com. So there is an email, and the text is from my phone number, and you already have the phone number from the Gita group WhatsApp. So you can choose either way to contact me. Okay, so look like everybody is very
Amrit Bhai,
Yeah, somebody is trying to speak.
Amrit Bhai,
Yeah.
this is Chandrakant.
Yes.
Maya and I are both very grateful to you for taking this time, inspiring us to understand Bhagavad Gita and doing it in such a marvelous manner. We shall miss this. We could start it again, and I could join it another 5 years if necessary, if I live that long. But but it has been wonderful, absolutely wonderful and inspiring. And I would like for the group to think about, in our Sanskriti, the guru is always given a guru dakshina at the end of the havan, or the teachings that he imparted us. So I would like the group to think about it. So
Jnana Yajna.
Jnana Yajna, yes, Jnana Yajna. You have really devoted a lot of time and effort in teaching us such wonderful concepts and such a wonderful scripture. So I would like to have the group come up with some ideas as to how we can recognize Amrit Bhai in this regard.
One of the clarification I have to make, Chandrakant Bhai. If you remember, the real session began September 12, but if Padmini Ben remember, on September 5 also, I was there. And I keep saying, today is not my day to speak. I was here just to introduce myself. And there came the vice president of the temple, Sardaji, and she asked me, please give us your introduction or something so I can introduce you. And she mentioned the phrase guru, and right away I had the allergic reaction that I'm only and only one of you. I do not have the qualification or title of guru. Of course, in the academic world, I was guru, but that was of mathematics, not of this spiritual business. So I beg from all of you, please let me stay with you all. Do not separate me by labeling me with different phrases other than Amrit Bhai. That will be the best suitable address for me.
We will, of course, always think of you as Amrit Bhai, but and here I go trying to tell you what guru means, but you're removing the darkness that we had. And in that sense, you will always be part of us. And I really, really appreciate your humility in this regard.
Thank you, Chandrakant Bhai. Thank you. You are truly my friend and my brother as well. You know, not only your words, but the sound of your words is so divine and penetrating. Without any question, tremendous amount of respect is generated in my head for you.
Oh my God. You have been very humble.
I'm speaking from day one. We talk over the phone, if you remember. From day one, you have imparted the level of purity of heart and approaching a person. It really touched me. And again, I want to thank you. We will meet sometime personally also.
Thank you, yes.
Yeah.
Amrit Bhai, this is
Yes.
Maya here. I really, really appreciate your modesty. However, I beg to differ from you about the title of Guru. Guru, Guru and Shishya is anyone you learn from, even if the person is much younger, a child, or whoever, is the deep feeling I have. So it doesn't matter what you say with your modesty. That doesn't take away the title of Guru from you. You are giving Guru word far more profound than it just simply is. You're the teacher and we were the students. So with all due respect, I would address the group again to not only just express, but because Guru Dakshina sort of endorses our role of Guru Shishya here. So I think,
Oh man, oh, please.
so
I
I'm
would admit one thing though. For a few weeks when we had the Sanskrit class, I definitely would label myself as a guru for that class, but certainly not for the Gita sessions.
I beg to differ again with you, sir. Uh, so I will again address the issue again if the group agrees with me that for Bhagavad Gita, even more reason you remain as a guru. Here is a spiritual scripture we're talking about. Yes, Sanskrit being a wonderful language is one thing, and I understand your professorial role that you have taken in that language teaching, but this too, the spiritual science that you have been so kindly part of it. I know you consider yourself as one of us, which is, again, hats off to your humility, but I will not remove myself from the stand that you remain a guru, and we all need to recognize that. And Guru Dakshina is just a token to appreciate that. And I think Padmini agrees with me.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I was thinking of it also, how to do it. But thank you for bringing it up. Otherwise, whatever we have learned, it will not stick to us. That's my feeling.
I would have a recommendation. Anything that out of your pure mind you are contemplating, please do it to Durga temple and don't even mention my name. The reason, it is their generosity to create these sessions where I was only an instrument. So all the dedication would go to the Durga temple. I would not even want to know. So please communicate with Durga temple. I would really appreciate. And I would, on occasion, to one by one, maybe I may come to your house and have a cup of tea. Definitely. I will ask for that. That I will really, really enjoy. And that's about all. But we want to maintain our friendship level at par, at the same level. And you all have higher thinking by which this has the success. That's all I have to say.
You will be most welcome to our house, Amrit Bhai, not only for a cup of tea, with some farsan also with it.
Yeah, that is my cup of tea is amrut for me, so I would be delighted with that. As soon as we have good news about this pandemic, we will be entertaining each other. We will try to find out the avenue to see personally each other. I want to do that, at least.
It'll be delightful to meet with you in person.
Yes. Okay, so do we move to Prarthana then? Look like, and after Prarthana, we will close the session. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukha Bhag Bhave Asatahama Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurmamrutagamaya Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. One announcement I would like to make unofficially though, that with Sunil Bhai's recommendation again, we are contemplating to move into Upanishad, but we have not decided when we can do, because there will be a lot of holidays coming, Thanksgiving and Christmas, and then our Hindu Diwali and all that type of thing. So we have not placed the figure on the date kind of thing when, but we may exchange our, the email and see how many people are, interested. And the Upanishad, with Sunil by recommendation, we want to start with Mandukya Upanishad. And one of the reason about Mandukya is when Sri Krishna in the whole Gita was about non-dual thing, the Advaita, definitely a question might have arisen in your mind. Oh, really, that Advaita? Where is he? And that is now something like moving from a master degree to a PhD level. And the meaning, the difference between up to master level, there is a lot of general education. But when in PhD, you have a specialized something that you have to move. So all the Upanishads, there are about, some say 112 and some say 108. And then some say there are 12. Those Upanishads move into very special, solid, concrete issue. And this Mandukya Upanishad is moving into establishing in our head, where is that non-dual? I want to, if not seeing him, but I want to know where he is. And it has a tons of potency because it moves like in a very scorching fashion. That the meaning of scorching means it brings the reality so fast that our mind is not prepared to absorb that right away. So we decided to move on that Mandukya Upanishad, and you would not believe, but it has only 12 stanzas. And as per the Gita speed, we can finish in one day, but that is not true. It has a lots and lots of explanation by Shankaracharya's guru's guru, Gaudapad. He gave tons of explanation about those 12 stanzas. So we would like to go over that, and let's see how many people would be interested and all that, so depending on the email exchanges we will have in between, we will fix the date, and then we will have exactly the similar setup like this Zoom, and then keep going on. But we will be in touch. We will communicate in the email, and mostly on the Gita group, on that website, we will go and we will talk among ourselves individually, and then figure out when and how to do that. So that is just the informal, announcement, and it will, as time goes, it will become more formal.
This is wonderful news. Thank you so much.
Sure. Yeah. And another thing I have to say, a lot of people read Gita, but probably then among them, there are fewer to go into Upanishad kind of thing. So I think it will be an opportunity to move in that direction and enlighten, or at least charge a lot of people's mind to move in that area also, because that is, when I first read many decades ago kind of thing, I was so surprised that what a level the Indian mind reached, unbelievable, and that is the thrilling thing. And I think one of the feeling I have is that's the real education, and I think we should not miss that chance of real education in our life, either self-study or somebody else's help, or whichever way we go on, we need to do that. Okay, so anymore, I would take one question if somebody has, otherwise we will close the session. And as I said, the doors are not closed. You can send me email, text, whatever form that you like, and we still will have a conversation going on. So with your permission, then I will shut this window, and God bless you all.
Thank you.
And we will see you all again, so yeah.
Very
Really
grateful
blessed.
to you, Amrit Bhai.
Yes.
Very grateful to you.
Yeah, so I'm closing this window.
Thank you.